And welcome back to Hannity. Now more on the big two top stories of the day. Catching headlines, Brian Williams caught red-handed, and the president lecturing Christians at the National Prayer Breakfast. Here with reaction, author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Things That Matter, Fox News contributor, the one and only Charles Krauthammer. Charles, good to see you, my friend.
It's a pleasure to be with you again.
What was your reaction to the prayer breakfast?
I was stunned that the president could say something so, at once banal and offensive. Here we are not 2 days away from an act of sort of shocking barbarism, the burning alive of a prisoner of war. And Obama's message is that we should remember the Crusades and the Inquisition. For him to say that all of us have sinned, all religions have been transgressed is adolescent stuff. Everyone knows that. What's important is what's happening now. Christianity no longer goes on crusades, and it gave up the Inquisition a while ago. The book of Joshua is knee-deep in blood. That story is over, too. The story of today, of our generation, is the fact that the overwhelming volume of the violence and the barbarism that we are seeing in the world, from Nigeria to Paris, all the way to Pakistan, and even to the Philippines, the island of Mindanao in the Philippines.
Australia.
Is coming from one source.
Yep.
And that's from inside Islam. It is not the prevalent idea of Islam, but it is coming from Islam, as many Islamic leaders, including the president of Egypt, and many others have admitted, and there needs to be a change in Islam. It is not a coincidence that all of these attacks on other religions are happening all over the world, in 12 countries, 24 countries, all in the name of one religion. It's not a coincidence. And for the president to be lecturing us and to say we shouldn't get on a high horse and to not remember our own path is ridiculous. The present issue is Muslim radicalism and how to attack it.
I actually think
people are dying.
I think it's not only ridiculous, but it's dangerous that he can't identify this enemy. And a quick example, the Jordanian reaction to the killing of the mass murder, the murder of this Jordanian pilot burned to death and then bulldozed. Compare the president's reaction to James Foley and his beheading, a quick, 3-minute comment. 3 minutes later, he's on the golf course for 5 hours. And no strong statement or reaction from the president.
From Obama's first speech at West Point in December 2009, ironically announcing the surge in Afghanistan, you could tell that his heart has never been in this fight. Never. He's the commander-in-chief, and yet he announces one sentence after he talks about the surge, he talks about the data withdrawal. Everyone in the region knows that. Everyone in the Middle East knows that he took on the fight on ISIS only because of the public reaction to the video of the beheading of the 2 Americans. He never would have lifted a finger otherwise. He hasn't helped the rebels in Syria. He has not given the weapons that Jordan needs. The Kurds, who are actually able, courageous, and and committed to the fight against ISIS, still cannot get direct arms from the United States.
Yeah.
The world knows this. Our enemies know it, and our friends know it.
It's